Well, how's it going this week, everyone? It's going rainy here. Going very rainy. It's been raining for, what is this, the second or third? Definitely the second, like straight rain. It's stops for a few minutes, starts again. It's not enough to do any kind of crazy flooding or anything right now. Not that I'm aware of anyway. But it's enough to keep everything nice and soggy. And it's been really cool out. Some may say cold. Today, what is today? I don't even know what today is. It's May the 3rd. And the last couple days around where I'm at has been, I think it may have gotten like 47 as a high during the day. Which I know isn't anything crazy, but in the mountains of West Virginia, they've gotten some snow over the last like day or two. But it should be the end of it, I would imagine. I'm hoping, because I'm ready for warm weather. We've had quite a few warm days. Like if you guys caught my motorcycle camp video, it was 75 that day or whatever it was. So hopefully this is the end of that. If you guys caught that motorcycle camp video, I went to a campground called Broken Wheel. Pretty nice place. Not that far off. And I think I'm just gonna hit that one more time. Try to get a different spot. I'm thinking with the poor weather, there shouldn't really be anybody else there. There's like a really good prime spot way in the back that I wanted to get last time, but there was people in it, so maybe I'll luck out and get it today. And it's actually the cheapest place to camp around that I've seen. What do you guys pay for campsites where you're from? I mean, they might not be that dramatic. I just feel like for sitting on someone's grass basically overnight, it should be pretty cheap because I don't get water or power. One place I called, which I will go to at some point this summer for you guys, it'd be a good motorcycle camp spot. That one was $35 for non-power site. Another place that I called today, which is about as far away, just in a different direction, was $37. Just seems high to me. But the one I'm hitting up's only $20, so seems cheap enough. I don't know. I didn't have as much chili over the winter as I normally would have. Usually a pretty big fan of hot soups on cold days and whatnot. So I'm gonna have chili today. I'm gonna use the Dutch oven again. If you guys caught last week's video, you saw me use that to make beef stroganoff. And also, if you caught that video, you watched me make entirely too much. I made enough for all of us. No one had any but me. So I'm gonna try to tone it down this time. I'm gonna try not to make 2 gallons of chili. Can't do it. I can't not do it. It's nothing fancy. It's just kind of an easy chili, but it should be tasty. I'm gonna spice it up a little. Got a new hot sauce to try, and I have like 4 pieces of dry wood. So, gotta scavenge for some wood, and hopefully get a fire going that's hot enough to cook chili and keep me kind of warm, because right now it's only 45 degrees. I'm not entirely sure what the low is for tonight, but I will check right quick. Looks like it's going to get down to probably me getting a ticket for playing on my phone while I'm driving. Yeah, currently 45. It's actually not going to drop that much overnight. That's get that much colder than it is right now overnight, so. But with the rain and the cool air and a belly full of chili, I ought to sleep really well. Don't have to go to the store. Well, I gotta stop at a gas station. But I don't need to go to the grocery store. So we save you guys watching that fiasco that normally happens. Yeah, that's pretty much a summary of the evening. So stick around, watch me get rained on and probably fall in the mud and probably struggle to start a fire. Well, you know I'm not passing up gas stations driving this thing. Alrighty people, we have arrived. Site paid for, shall we? Alright, if you guys remember last time I was here, I wanted this spot and I came back and looked, but there was people. Figured with the weather today, it would probably be open. And it is. Actually, there's campsites back in there. Nice. I think I'm just gonna stick with this first one, maybe. Well, change of plan. I don't like how you can't just drive right up to the picnic tables on these. I like that it's secluded back in here, but it's raining and I don't really feel like carrying my stuff from the vehicle to there. All right, got a little bit of a camp set up here. Jog the picnic table under the easy up here. All right, time for a wood run. Get a fire going here. All right, got the old battery saw. I'm going a little hike here. Surely there's bound to be a chunk of wood laying here somewhere I can cut up and drag down there maybe. Got a piece overhanging right back there I think is going to be the ticket. But first I got to walk across this slippery bridge and fall right in this tiny creek. Yeah, that should do. Right there. Now that is a lot heavier than it looks. But being off the ground, it's at least dry. Well, as you can probably guess, I'm not a 5 trip into the house with the grocery bags kind of person. So these both are coming with me one shot, hopefully. Well, I've managed to round up some wet kindling wood. And there's water in the fire pit. That's not a great sign, but we'll see if I can't get a fire going here. All right, so then we'll start with a base of a beer box. That way the paper doesn't just start getting soaked immediately. But I think if I get this lit up and going, start feeding sticks to it, it just might take off. Yeah, the sticks are wet, but They're also really small. So I don't think much heat will be needed to kind of dry them out. Enough to take off maybe. This brown paper bag is not burning very well, which is doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Well, it would appear that it's working. I'm also going to burn my fire poker that someone left behind. I think it's going to work. Keep feeding this thing some little sticks and see if we can't get an actual fire going. Well, if you can see it through there, that is actual sunlight. Everything's definitely soaked. Like I say, it's been raining for days, but that is sunlight. There's some blue skies. Might not get completely soaked tonight. I don't know. Tried to bring everything I thought I'd need. I even brought my little swivel grill. For those of you that have seen that, I built that a few videos back if you want to check that out. It was a pretty fun build. Because the fire ring at the other camp I stayed the last time was a lot smaller than this one, and I didn't think my grate would sit on there and leave any room on the sides to feed wood under it. But this one's bigger, so I think I can just use my other grate and keep putting wood under there to cook that chili. That's the plan anyways. I don't know. We'll find out. Finally got some coals in there. That took way longer than I thought it would. Like, never fought a fire so hard. So it burned up way too much time. We're just gonna start dinner way too late. That's pretty much what I do. This isn't a very big onion, and I'm a pretty big fan of onion. So I think what I'm gonna do is take a whole layer off with the skin for some reason, and then just throw the whole thing in there. One of these days I need to learn how to just cut an onion the right way. But the way like professionals and whatnot do it would be kind of tricky with this knife, I feel like, to go like how they go in from the side and all that. Give it the old rough chop. Now that I look at it, looks like a lot of onion. Nah, man, that's good. Alright, so now let's go in with way too much butter. That's what I do. I mean, you're camping, right? Like, you're not like sticking to a diet if you're camping, probably. I think it's pretty hot. I feel like I better start with half a stick. Nope, stay right there. Yep. Definitely plenty hot. Go in with some onion. Going lazy with the garlic again just because it's easy instead of sitting here chopping up garlic. Look at that solid mud hole that I've made walking around here. So like the chili, it's pretty heavy on the garlic. Already liking that. I got way too hot though. The onion already has a pretty solid amount of color on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in with my beef now. butter all over everything. Supposed to be colored pretty quickly, but that's fine. Yeah, gotta go with just a touch more on the butter. Nice little knob of it. If you can tell or not in the video, hopefully you can. So that meat is like pretty well browned already. Have you guys ever had Dano's? But this stuff is good on pretty much every single thing I've ever tried it on. So I'll give that a little shake of that. The red top is the spicy, like spicy Dano's. And they say it's the spiciest. But don't let that throw you off. It's just the spiciest of Dano's. Like, it's not gonna like wreck your food. Like, it has a little kick, I guess, but I have like a pretty decent heat tolerance compared to most. So if you try it, I guess maybe go a little light for starters, but it's really not good. You know, now that I remember this can opener, life is a lot easier. Not really sure why I didn't like just do that way sooner. If you can see that, I'm gonna go with the Hunt's seasoned diced tomatoes and sauce, green chili spices for medium chili, which, you know, is not gonna be hot at all, but it should give it a pretty decent flavor anyways. I got a feeling this is going to be some pretty solid chili. Mostly because it's cooked over a fire. Cooking on a campfire makes everything better. So it says spicy chili sauce. I mean, again, I can't imagine it's going to be that intense, but should give it a pretty good flavor, I think. Yep, I said I wasn't making a ton, already way too much. So now for the seasoning packet, let's see how hot it really is. Doesn't really say ingredients. Chili pepper and other spices, including red pepper. Yeah, so I mean, I don't think it's going to be that intense. And spill it before I even get it to the pot. The wind literally blew that directly into my face. I mean, that's looking and smelling pretty good already. It's a little thick, which I like mine thick. I think I'm just going to add a can of tomato juice. I think it'll work just fine. I have a whole second can, well, I mean a whole second can, like it's a lot. These are 5.5 ounces, but I do have another can if this doesn't make it quite runny enough. Consistency wise, it's about how I like it. So I went ahead and tried another new beer. At least I think this is new to me. Stella Artois. I'm not sure, I don't even know what that is. Premium lager beer. Brewed in the USA. Supervision of brewmasters from Leuven, Belgium. Guess they're here watching over, make sure they don't mess it up. I don't know, I'm pretty sure I've never had one of these ever. But how bad could it be? Also feeling a little classy today. Why not drink it out of a cup, huh? I'm not going to really be able to pour this very well with one hand. Oh yeah, solid foam. That's not a good idea at all. Alright, I'd say it's too late to save it now, but still try to get somewhat of a pour out of it. Yeah, that's not great. Definitely not very dark. Which, I mean, it's a lager. It's not like it's an IPA or something, so didn't expect it to be too intense. It's died down a little. At least enough to give it a shot, eh? I mean, that's not terrible at all. Pretty smooth. Not really even sure what to compare it to, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. It's not... It's like, I don't know. I really don't know what to compare it to. Like, it's definitely not like a Yuengling, if you've ever had one of those. How that's kind of got a bite to it and kind of a little heavier. Kind of like, reminds me more of like a light beer, maybe. Huh. Not too shabby. Okay, chili is done. I'm gonna say it is not looking or smelling too awful bad. Nice and hot, that is for sure. Alright, what else do we need here? Alright, let's see, what do I want to put in here? I want to go with some... What we got? That's too much. It's perfect. Alright, what else? I don't know if this is going to be any good. But some people put like crackers in chili. I found these Snyder's of Hanover pretzel pieces, jalapeno. So it's like instead of like crackers or Fritos or whatever people do. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm not too crazy with it in case it's not amazing. And then also gonna go with some parsley because I've never had it in chili, but I guess that's a thing. I don't know. I don't think parsley tastes like a whole lot myself, but oh, we'll give it a shot. Might as well go a little sour cream and some black pepper. I do have a new hot sauce to try as well. Melinda's Fire Roasted Garlic and Habanero. It is 4 out of their 5 little, like, I don't know, I go over this all the time, flames, heats, their heat rating, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm not normally like a huge fan of habanero. Like, I think it has a weird taste, like kind of dirt or something maybe. I can't see that, but the paper that's on the top came off in the cap. So now I'm gonna do it like this. That is thick. That is not bad though. I like that for habanero. It's got like a pretty decent flavor. I'm gonna try it without it first. Kind of see how it turned out. Kind of like a bear chili bite. Burn the face clean off. Way too hot to eat. Way too hot to eat. That is. I think that is honestly the best chili I've ever made.
Yeah, those little pretzel pieces I put in there, pretty solid addition. Still way too hot. Gotta stop biting it. It's too hot. Whew. Still entirely too hot. Let's get like some sour cream on this one. That'll cool it down. I'm not even kidding. That is by far the best chili I've ever made. And it does have a little kick. Not overbearing, not crazy, but a little. So if you just like a little dash of hot sauce in your stuff, I'd probably try it just like this, and you'd probably be fine. I'm putting those pretzels in chili every time, because they're like kind of too crunchy anyway, so kind of sog them down with a little chili. The fire took forever to get going, and then once it was going, it was so hot, like the chili was done in absolutely no time. So like I drank down the foam part and like topped what was left. I've not really got to drink much of this at all. All right, so now that I've established it's pretty solid without it, I'm going to try the hot sauce on there. I'm going to do it like on the corner. I don't really want to wreck the whole bowl in case it's not good in there, but it definitely has a good flavor. I think it's going to be just fine. Yep, that is a pretty good chili hot sauce. I like that. Okay, I mean, we didn't go crazy here. I mean, it doesn't come out at all, then it dumps out. I will definitely be having that hot sauce in this chili again. That is about perfect. Yep. This is a pretty good way to send off winter. Kind of a last goodbye to the chilly weather, hopefully. So it's kind of like about time for me to kind of act right, if you will. I checked the radar, and there's a cloud moving right over where I'm at, and it's definitely clouding over again. It wasn't like in the, what color is heavy? Red? Yellow? It wasn't like up that high, so I don't think it's going to be anything too intense, but I was definitely hoping it was over with. That was tasty. So glad I went with that today. And this hot sauce, by the way, is not like, you know, some habanero is pretty overbearing. It's really not that bad. All right, well, now that dinner's done, I think I can just kind of hang out in the mud hole a little bit, enjoy this fire, and I guess wait for more rain. Good morning. Not currently raining anyways. So definitely slept pretty well, that's for sure. I should have put my leveling ramp block, yes, things under this. This is kind of pointed downhill a little, and I kind of slide slowly. Other than that, pretty good night of sleep. Definitely not that cold in here. Not even like in my sleeping bag. It's just kind of draped over like a blanket. Didn't even have on socks. Still didn't get cold, so pretty nice. But yeah, definitely hoping this is the last of the cool / chilly weather. I don't like the heat, but still pretty excited to have my fan again and ditch the hoodies. But I gotta pee, and I'm ready for coffee. I'm so ready to be away from this mud. Didn't even burn up all my wood. I finally got my mess cleaned up. Well, I mean, minus that mess. And my boots leaked last night, so that's wonderful. These boots aren't even very old either, so it's definitely disappointing. If you guys caught last week's video or not, but I had the Snickers iced coffee. Also found a Twix. I noticed they both said iced coffee by Victor Allen's. Not sure who that is. Yeah, definitely tastes like a Twix. I don't really necessarily like a Twix better than a Snickers, but that's just not as sweet as the last one, so I like it a little better. So, like, try a different kind of coffee and give one of those a go. Not awful. I guess there's nothing left to do but head home, finish off my coffee here. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed something out of the video. It's kind of my farewell to winter, hopefully. Do a little chili camping and have a little spicy chili, which I'm still really surprised it turned out that well. For such an easy, like, you know, not homemade. I mean, I guess it's homemade, but you know what I mean. Like, just throw cans of stuff in there and a pre-made seasoning packet and all that. Pretty tasty chili, I will say. Oh, and if you like a little crunch in yours, or crackers or whatever, and you like jalapeno, I would try those pretzel bites in there. That turned out a lot better than I thought it would. So yeah, I'm never really that upset to have leftovers, regardless, but I'm pretty excited to eat that again.
if you guys caught last week's video, that stroganoff lasted me days. Like, I'm not having stroganoff again now for a while, but it was good. I'm really liking this Dutch oven. Like I've said before, I've cooked in them before. It's not a lot, but I waited way too long to get one of those. Especially at camp, a one pot kind of deal was just so much easier. Trying to fit multiple skillets and stuff on one little fire and this and that. Just throw it on there, stir it a few times, and dinner time. So I do have a few more recipe ideas for the crock pot. It's not a crock pot, it's a Dutch oven. But I do have some more recipes for that thing, so I don't know when I'll be doing it. I don't want to burn you guys out with Dutch oven stuff every week. I'm not always in the mood for super pasta or chili or whatever. I like to mix it up, and I'm rambling about nonsense right now like I do. Not sure why. Even for a rainy night of camping, I had a good time. The rain doesn't really bother me, it's the mud. Not a fan of that, because I have trashed everything in here now. Getting in and out of the back all muddy, pant legs, boots all muddy, bottoms of my tripod and my easy up and my chair all mud. So definitely got some cleaning to do. But I know one thing, I'm ready to get out of these muddy wet boots and socks, because I didn't pack a spare pair of socks for some reason. Do every time until I need them. But yeah, I'm ready to get out of all this stuff and get a warm shower and get some dry clothes on, so I'm gonna do that. But for now, thanks for watching.